Good evening and welcome to another edition of 10 Minutes with the Star. My name is Nomonde Hayo and I'm going to be your host this evening. So thank you so much for joining us. If you are a regular, then you definitely know that tonight we have the gorgeous and talented Miss Hillary who will be joining us tonight on 10 Minutes with the Star. So I hope you guys are excited. I'm definitely excited to get this conversation started. So I'm going to add her into the live. What's popping? Hi Dash, thank you so much for joining us. Hi Kat, hi Biggie. What's up, everybody? We are about to have fun with Miss Hillary. Hi, Miss Hillary. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are
I'm
you?
good. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on 10 Minutes with the Star. I feel like we have so much to talk about, but I'm just gonna start off with the Miss Hillary music launch that happened a little bit earlier this year. What was that like, from the preparations, just planning the event, and then the event actually happening?
Oh my gosh, that was like a lot in terms of planning and just being prepared for the actual day. So yeah, we went through a whole lot, but when it finally happened, that was like the most fulfilling thing ever because you get to see all your hard work, all the build up. You get to finally see the product, and yeah, it was really amazing. I still think about it even now.
Yeah, imagine just how much fun it was, the lineup that was there,
It's
and it was epic. And I really wish that I could have been there. But next time there's more events that are going to be happening, and I definitely would love to be there for them. And you've actually been a dancer and a choreographer for a really long time. You've worked with the likes of Shoma Josie, Makadzi. Was it actually part of your plan to take your talent as a dancer and then collaborate with artists as a choreographer, and then only now come in and say, you know what, I actually want to also, introduce you guys to my musical talent? Was it part of your plan?
Well, I guess just like with the dance part, let's start there. It being something that I've like always done, like as I was saying, I did it. I've always said that I did it, professionally at a young age. That was just something that just said you're being recognized for your work, hence you get to like collaborate with big artists.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the music part is it's goals. Like as a young person or wherever you are, you always have goals, to finally do something. And what happened with me is that I never rushed anything. I never rushed anything. It will happen. You will know when the time is right. And it's just one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love the Bible verse that says, when the time is right, I, the Lord, will
I,
make
the
it
Lord,
happen.
will make it
You
happen.
know the Bible
And it's happening.
is happening.
It's happening.
And I think you're a very unique artist because you also identify with a lot of cultures and traditions. Let's talk a little bit about that and how it's actually molded you to be the person that you are today.
Okay, so I guess it's where I grew up. Like I grew up in a street where we're like, from different tribes. I grew up in Soweto, so you can imagine, I learned Zulu at a young age, Sotho, like all other languages. But growing up, there was a time where, tribalism would take place, and I'd be like, okay, no, I'm being pointed out as Tonga, so I'd rather just stick to being Tonga. At some point, I was really angry. And then I realized that this is just people being people. It's not
Mm,
everybody. Out of 100 people who like you, there will probably be two people who don't. And you can't let two people win over 100. For me,
yeah.
it was one of those things. So I looked back at where I come from. There's no such thing. Literally different families, different cultures, different traditions, but they built me up even as a young person. So there's no way I could turn my back on them and be like, yeah, they never sidelined me. They never did anything like that. I never grew up like that. I never saw that happening when I was growing up. So it did, shake me a bit when I grew
Mm-hmm.
up, when it happened. But I looked back at where I come from and I realized that this is who we are. We're all Africans. And that's the story I'm trying to tell. That's just me saying, if we could be, a bit more together, people will realize just how beautiful life is.
Yeah, I love that. I love that so much. And I mean, I think with Ushoma Josie and Makadzi as well, they really embrace their tradition. Do you think you look up to such people, or was it just something that you internalized yourself? Who do you look up to?
Okay, so the looking up to part is like really, 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 I don't know, it's something that's just really close to me because I grew up saying I don't have any role model. I'm about to be somebody's role model, but um,
Yeah.
but at some point I was like, the one person that taught me life
Mm,
are my grandparents. Like, those are the people that shaped me. Like, those are people whom I saw, like, build relationships with people. That's where I learned, all of these things from. And like I said, just growing up in a place where it's different traditions. Like, literally, we do different dances. We do just playing around, fooling around, sing different songs. You'd be amazed at how many like songs that I know that are not even from my cultural tradition, but simply
mm,
because of how we grew up. So I think that's just one of the things that played a major role into, embracing who I am. Because I'm not just embracing being Tsonga. It's
mm.
not just that. For me, it's literally being African. It's not
Yeah.
about, yeah, just being a Tsonga person. So I really believe it's where I grew up. It's my
Mm.
surroundings. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's very important to you, just the way that you speak about it, and even in your music. And when we see you, I think we see the embodiment of Africa. Actually, we don't just maybe Tonga, maybe Ingi, but we see the embodiment of Africa. And I really, really, really love that about you as an artist.